Guys, welcome back. Right, okay, so this is going to be a video response to my good mate Dave, lawnboyspost1975. And this video, as you can see, is 10 things that piss me off about modern life. This is a brilliant topic. I saw Dave put this up this morning and I thought, I've got to do a response to that. Some of the things Dave was coming out with are absolute classics, and definitely something I agree with. He really made me laugh with some of them. So I've put a list of 10 together, and let's see how this goes. So the first one is old people driving. Drives me mental. I cannot, no disrespect to old people, obviously, but I just can't stand it when you've got a pensioner in the car. All I ever seem to get is they either, like Dave says, people who drive like 30 mile an hour in a 60 zone. And they're always driving like 20 bloody miles an hour, 30 miles an hour under the speed limit. There's just no need to do that at all. All it does is wind up the people behind you and create a massive caravan of traffic. And I just don't understand the logic. There's a bloody sign that says 60. You could at least go 50, you know what I mean? You don't have to go 60, but don't take the piss and go like 30, 35. Because you're just irritating people and winding them up. Also, I find that old people, they come to islands or roundabouts, whatever you want to call them, and they slow right the way down. And instead of just dropping down to third gear, having a quick scan, making sure there's nobody coming, and being ready to go, oh no, they got to drop down into first gear, even though there's nobody coming around the right hand bloody side. And then they've got to have a good look, and then they've got to pull away. It's like, for fuck, just go, will you? Or when they're going to turn into a road, they'll indicate, so they're turning the next left. They'll indicate about half an hour before they even get to the bloody turning anyway. And when they get to the turning, they'll slow right the way down, sweep right the way out, and gently crawl around the corner. And it's like, why? Just get around the bloody corner. Honestly, I swear, it just winds me up so bit. And I know I should, because it's pensioners, and there's nothing they can do about it, they're old. But it just really, really gets on my tits. Right, so that was number 10. So number 9 is going to be one of Dave's, which I thought was a great one, which is self-scan. I hate self-scanning. I do not understand the logic of what idiot come up with these scanning machines in shops. All you're doing is taking away jobs. It's as simple as that. You are taking away jobs. You create a stupid job for a minute where you have the machine, and when the machine goes in the shop, you have to have a staff member stand there to show people how to use the machine. A lot of that difficult to work out. But once that's over with and everyone knows how to use the machine, that person is not going to have a job. And I just think that's stupid. So me personally, I never ever self-scan in the supermarket, B&Q, whatever. I refuse to use them. And if the staff come up to me in Tesco and it's happened, they'll come up to me and say, oh, the queues are getting a bit big, would you, do you want to use the self-scan? I'm like, no, I'm not using it. I refuse to use self-scan just for the purpose of saving people's jobs. It's as simple as that. If people are on the checkout, they've got a job, they're earning their way, and I'm helping them because I'm, letting them serve me. I refuse to use those bloody self-scan things. I think they're a disgraceful invention, and society is just screwed. They keep doing stupid things like that, and it's like, times are tight, man. There ain't that many jobs around, and to create less jobs is just dumb. So, yeah. Right, number 8. Mobile phones at checkouts. Now, I've never worked in a shop in my life, so this is not a personal thing. It just irritates me so much when there's somebody in front of me, some idiot on a mobile phone going, rah, 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 and they're about to get served. They can see the person in front of them has bagged their groceries, or their shopping, sorry, and they're just about to get served, and instead of going, oh, hang on a minute, I'm just about to be served, I'll call you back in a minute when you get out of the shop. Oh no, their life is that important, that phone call is life or death. They have to continue talking to this person while they're being served. No, you don't. Put your bloody phone down, have a little respect for that person that's sitting there, who's been sitting there all bleeding day scanning bloody shopping, earning a living and working their arse off. Don't be so disrespectful. Put the bloody phone down and talk to them, and show them some respect. It really pisses me off, that does. Man, this is a great subject, Dave. Brilliant. Right, okay. Number 7. Right, okay, so number 7 is going to be people's general attitude when phoning the call centre. Now, I've worked in a call centre, so this is from a personal perspective. And when you phone a call centre, one thing you don't want to do is, well, a couple of things you don't want to do is be argumentative, miserable, angry. Don't get you nowhere. You're wasting your time. Have a nice smile in your voice. Be a bit friendly. You might be having a shit day, I understand that, but when you phone a call centre, they're having a shit day as well. So try and brighten the day up a little bit. You've got to remember when you phone a call centre, the people there who answer the phones are very limited to the information they can give and what the actions they can take. So they can only do what they're told to do. It's as simple as that. They can't do any more. So there's no point in you getting arsey and getting angry with them and getting frustrated and, you know, being argumentative for no bloody reason, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for half an hour and making no progress at all when this person can't do anything more for you. You know, if they can't help you, they can't help you. It's as simple as that. So you can either escalate it or get off the phone. Stop being a whinging old bastard, because it really irritates people. You also have to realise that when you phone a call centre, that you're on the phone, so you can't see each other. So the person on the end of the phone, who you're talking to at the call centre, if you become an argumentative tosser, they're instantly just switching off in the head, and they're like, right, I'm going to do the bare minimum, I'm going to do exactly what I need to do, I ain't doing shit else for you, I'm not going to help you. Whereas if you go with the right attitude, and you're polite, and you're friendly, and you know, you try and give the right attitude across, then the person on the end of the phone, if they can, will try and go the extra mile. They will, you know, talk to their supervisor, try and see if there is something they can do for you. And there are a lot of people who understand that, and I am myself. When I phone call centres, I'm always respectful. But there are a lot of people in this country that are not respectful at all, have a really bad attitude and need to sort themselves out, because there's no excuse for it. They're just doing a job at the end of the day, just like everybody else. You know, if you don't like working, no one does. You know, at the end of the day, work sucks. You know, to waste 8 hours a day doing a job that you're really not that bothered about is not good, because at the end of the day, you want to be out there, you know, doing the job you love. You know, you might want to be a scientist or a doctor or a bloody politician, or you might want to find a cure for a disease or something. But realistically, we ain't going to do that. We have to do 9 to 5 jobs, and we have to get on with it. We have to make the most of it and the best of it. So when you phone a call centre, please just think before you get connected, and just have a little respect for the person on the end of the phone. Obviously, if the person on the end of the phone is an arsehole, that's totally different, but for the most part, they won't be. Okay, so next one. So number 6 is political correctness. I hate political correctness. It pisses me off beyond belief. I cannot stand, I don't know what it's like in the rest of the world, but in the UK, the society we live in now is driving me mental. No one is allowed to have an opinion unless it's the mainstream opinion, and that pisses me off so much. At the end of the day, everybody is a free-thinking human being. We all have different opinions on different topics, and we're all entitled to our opinions, and we're entitled to air our opinions. As long as you're not inciting violence, or you're not actually creating a violent situation yourself, and you're just having a discussion, then yes, you should be able to put your opinion out there. It's as simple as that. I can't stand this bloody country when everybody thinks one way, and if somebody dares say something to the opposite, everybody just goes, "Raw!" and just jumps on them and just abuses them and gives them great. And it's like, no, that's not how you do it. If you've got a brain, you have a discussion with a person, and you have a back and a forth, and you talk about it, and you try and find out why that person feels that way. They find out why you feel your way, and you try and find a middle ground. That's the way to do it properly. There's a show in the UK called Question Time. Every Thursday night, Question Time's on. They have a panel which consists of a mediator, and it has a representative for each of the political parties, and then they have guests on. So there'll be like TV presenters, musicians, or journalists, say that in a very loose term. And they have a live audience, and the live audience asks questions. And it's guaranteed that if somebody in the audience doesn't agree with the mainstream opinion, they will get absolutely abused and shouted down and called all kinds of names. And it's the totally wrong way to do things. It's not how you act in a civilised society at all. It's ridiculous. I mean, I've saw ridiculous situations on that programme in particular. There's a party in the UK called BNP, British National Party. They're a bunch of scumbags. Everybody knows a bunch of racist scumbags. Simple as that. Now, Nick Griffin, the leader of the party, went on Question Time. This was like a couple of years back. And what did they do? Exactly what I expected and what I think most normal people thought they would do. They shouted him down, abused him, didn't let him get his opinion across, and all they did was make him look good. And I thought, well done, well bloody done, that was really clever. You know, you don't do that. It's like Hitler. You let them speak, and you let them, you know, talk themselves into a hole, make them trip over the words and just say ridiculously stupid things so that the majority of people can see what an idiot this person is and they won't vote for them. You don't just shout them down, because that doesn't get you anywhere. You know, just shouting random comments like racist, that's not going to help. You know, explain why you think that person is a racist. Explain their policies, challenge them on their policies. Say, like, this is what this party stands for, and then they can come back and you can go back and you can have a back and forth and do it professionally like you're supposed to do. Political correctness really pisses me off in this country so much, and it's just absolutely dumb. It's like, people are entitled to their opinions, as simple as that. You might not agree with their opinion, fine, but as long as there's no violence involved and it's just a discussion, there is no problem. You know, don't enforce your opinions on other people. That's what winds me up. Okay, next one is the me society, and I don't know if this is everybody's opinion, but I seem to see that the majority of people today seem to be all about me. Screw everybody else, it's all about me, me, me. I'm here, I want to do this, bollocks to everybody else. And that really gets on my nerves. There's no politeness, there's no manners anymore, people just don't seem to give a shit. You know, people throw litter on the floor, don't care because they think, oh well, if I don't do that, I'm putting somebody out of a job, which is an absolutely stupid bloody answer and ignorance. People don't hold doors open for each other. The really obvious things. Don't say thank you, please. Just the niceties that should always be there from day one. And I really hate it. Everybody's out for themselves. Everybody wants everything they can possibly squeeze out of society and screw the rest of society. There's just no community anymore, and it's really quite depressing. And I really wish it wasn't like that. I wish that somehow we could have some cohesion, that people could start building a community again. It's a damn shame. Moving down here to this end of the country is totally different. It was really surprising actually. It was a big eye opener. You know, to walk through my local area and have people say good morning to me was really weird. And that might sound strange, but it was so weird. Coming from the city where no one does that, you don't even look at each other, you know. So you know, you look in the opposite direction. You don't make eye contact. To walk through an area and have people say morning, it's just so nice, and it's just simple. You know, it's a little thing, but it goes a long way. You know, just think about that next time you're out and about. You know, just have a little thought for everybody else around you. Next one is Facebook. I hate Facebook. I absolutely hate it. I think Facebook is one of the reasons why society has become the me society and why society has gone down the pan. Because everybody, all they do is walk around like that with a phone and just go, quick, update my status. I'm in Tesco's. I mean, who gives a shit, really? Some of the bullshit you see on there that people type, and it's like, no one cares. No one gives a toss. If you're using Facebook for professional reasons to promote yourself, yeah, I understand that. That's absolutely fine. But these people, the majority of people, who just put random photos up, bullshit comments, stupid status up, that I just cannot see the purpose in Facebook at all. To me, all it's done is just dumb society down and made everyone stupid and self-absorbed, and like it also becomes this ridiculous society where people are jealous of other people for what they have, which is just bloody ridiculous. I don't understand that at all. You know, so what if someone's got a better car than you? Big deal. You know, it's not important. It's just materialistic stuff. He says he sits behind that. Anyway, whatever. Right, next one. Reality TV. Oh my God. This is a massive pet peeve of mine. I can't stand reality TV. This country has just been bombarded with bullshit reality TV. There is good reality TV, things like Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, Undercover Boss. They're okay. But I mean things like The Only Way is Essex, Jersey Shore, what's the other one called? Made in Chelsea. There's even a really stupid show now, I think it's called Gogglebox or something on Channel 4, where the aim of the show is that they film people watching TV to get their reactions. I mean, oh my God, are we that dumb? Has society really dropped that much in intelligence levels that this is what we have to watch? What a load of shite. I mean, I'm sorry, I can't stand when people see like Only Way is Essex as role models. I mean, Jesus, it's like Katie Price. Come on, she's not a role model. She really isn't a bloody role model. She's a disgrace. You know, you should be looking up to the important. But you know, the days have gone where people look up to scientists and politicians, and you know, people who have actually got brains and have actually got something to say and to add to society. Now, nowadays, people just want to look up to these bloody idiots. You know, I just don't get it. It just blows my mind. It really does. I hate reality TV. Give me some proper TV back. Give me some good dramas, some bloody interest, some interesting documentaries. Just something that's going to feed my brain, not that's just going to make my brain just give up. Right, guys, the battery's going to die, so I'll back in a moment. Right, back. Okay, so next on the list, number 2. Americanisation of the United Kingdom. Now, no disrespect to my American friends. Love America, love American people. Very Jay Maguire, I know. But no, I do. I think America's a fantastic country and it's somewhere I want to visit. And you know, I've got some really nice American friends here on YouTube. But I absolutely hate the fact that our country has become like a little America. The fact that everyone talks like Americans. They use American English instead of English. They call a bloody mobile a cell phone. It's not a cell phone, it's a mobile. You know, come on. You know, things like sidewalk. No, it's not. It's the path. Or no, it's not the bloody sidewalk. It just really gets on my tits. You know, and I'm guilty of it just like everybody else. I mean, I always find myself using Americanisms, but it's just like I do feel like we're importing this culture and we're not. We're losing the English culture. Like, God, that sounds absolutely terrible. But we're losing our culture and we haven't got an identity anymore. We're just a small version of America. And I really hate that. It really winds me up. It's like, why do we want to be something we're not? You know, we're English people, just be proud to be English, you know. You're not allowed to be proud to be English in this country. You know, we haven't been for a long time, unfortunately. You know, I don't give a shit. I'm not patriotic or anything. Christ, I'm not one of them lunatics. But I just think that it'd be nice to like have our own identity still. We still sort of have our own identity, and it probably isn't a good identity in that, you know, we eat a lot of crap, we drink a lot, and that's probably what most people think of us outside of the UK. But yeah, I just get sick of it. I really do. I mean, I know it's probably down to the music and the TV and the films and all the influences that we've got, but it just seems like it's getting worse, and I just wish it wasn't. I wish that we could just like turn back time on that one. And that's a Cher reference, so there you go. That's even more Americanisms. Jesus Christ. Anyway, as I say, no disrespect because I love America. So, so number one on my list, pretty easy one when I have to think about this 10 list. Number one is the 24-hour news media. I hate that. I really hate it. I don't watch the news anymore because I am sick to death of 24-hour news. Whoever came up with that idea, I don't know if it was Murdoch or someone else, they're an absolute dickhead. There is no need to have 24-hour news. You need a morning bulletin, a midday bulletin, and an evening bulletin. That's all you need. There is not enough news to fill 24 hours worth on a TV station. And it pisses me off because all you get is speculation, bullshit. And I mean a lot of bullshit. They just make things up constantly. Constantly misquoting people, just lying about stuff. You know, just speculation left, right and centre. It just really gets on my nerves. They just milk a story to death until they can't think of anything more to say. You know, they'll interview Bob on the street who don't know jack shit, but, you know, they've got to do something to fill some time. I hate it. I cannot stand the media. The media are just such a bunch of twats these days. You know, the newspapers are full of crap. They just lie constantly, and just, you know, when they do apologise, it's like that big at the back of the paper. You know, there's just no respect at all. You know, they're more interested in dumbing down society with like Katie Price and Peter Andre and The Only Way is Essex and some other random celebrity who got married or had a baby or had a drug overdose or what. I don't give a shit about any of that. It's not relevant. You know, the newspapers and the TV news should be about news, about current affairs, about events that are happening in the world, that are happening in this country. You know, people are losing their intelligence because of this crap. We're being, you know, being dumbed down, and I hate to say this, but people like Alex Jones, the lunatic conspiracist from America, were saying for years how this was going to happen and society will be kept down by reality TV and other means and just, you know, social media and all of these devices to keep you occupied while the governments of the world do what they want to do. And we don't know what the hell's going on because no one's paying attention. And they're absolutely right, and I hate to agree with that because I think conspiracy theories are utter bullshit, because they are. And it's a real shame that that's actually coming to pass, that people are being dumbed down to that level now. And, you know, you look at countries like India, where people are so politically aware, and it's just unbelievable, and it's embarrassing more than anything, because our country, most people don't give a shit about politics, and I find it kind of depressing really, because, you know, the government could get away with anything if they wanted to, because most British people don't have a clue what's going on, don't care, you know, they're just like, yeah, whatever, I just want to get on my life. And that's really quite tragic, and the news media did not help at all. The one thing that really pisses me off about this country, and the media in particular, is if someone's arrested and they're just questioned, they're not actually charged with anything, they've just been arrested, they're being questioned in connection with say a murder or some kind of crime, immediately the news media are on it, and they're naming the person, they're putting photographs out there. One news station in particular, I won't name who it is, but I'm sure you can work it out, they're the biggest arseholes of all, because they will go out of their way to interview the family, interview the neighbours, interview anyone who will speak to them, and totally destroy this person's life. And then as soon as the police release them and don't charge them, not on bail, they just release them and say, okay, we're questioning that person, however they're not involved. That's it then. Nothing happens, there's no apology, nothing. That person's put back out into society. Press don't care. They're not going to say, oh, I'm really sorry, we just destroyed your life. And there's a lot of people out there who will say, well, there's no smoke without fire. Yeah, there is. I'm sorry, but there is. You know, it's absolutely ridiculous. And that person's going to have that stigma attached to them for the rest of their life when they didn't do anything. That is ridiculous. And the news media needs to take a damn good hard look at themselves and realise where they're going wrong. And I'm sure a lot of journalists do. I'm sure a lot of journalists understand that the news media is a joke, but they can't do anything because at the end of the day, what sells is what they're going to have to report. So if Katie Price having a kid or getting married to some twat makes the news and that's what's going to get the ratings, that's what they're going to report. It's depressing. I don't mean to keep banging on about Katie Price either, but it's just an easy target, I suppose. But it's just frustrating. I hate the media in this country. Is a joke. I don't read newspapers. I ain't bought a newspaper in at least 10 years, if not longer. I just don't see the point. It's just full of bullshit. Absolute bullshit from front page to back page. Absolute waste of time, waste of paper, waste of money. You know, these people call themselves journalists. They're not journalists at all. They're comedians. They make me sick. You know, they should really be ashamed of themselves. They went to university to study journalism, and that's what they're doing with their time. Jesus Christ, honestly. Anyway, there you go. So that's my response today for Lawn Boys Post 1975. 10 things that piss me off about modern society. Look forward to your comments on this one. Should be an interesting one. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to watch more videos from me, just hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all again soon.